Are we in the midst of an Animal Crossing conspiracy? Did they hide a secret word in the last update trailer to hint at this all along? I know you're all bummed that we didn't get the new trailer this week. I've seen ya. I hear ya. Me too. I couldn't believe it didn't happen. So what's actually going on? We gotta investigate. We gotta dig deep, and we gotta find out right freaking now. Maybe I've just been watching too many kind of creepy shows as of late. You know, the ones where the thickening plots always turn into much more than they originally seem. And maybe all of these complicated storylines and conspiracy theories are getting to my head. But I can't help but wonder if something is amiss at Nintendo and the Animal Crossing team is having trouble. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hit that like button if you're ready for the new trailer, if you're ready for the update. We've been waiting patiently, and everybody thought it was going to happen this week. We really did. So many people across some of the biggest video game forums, across Twitter, people expecting the AC trailer. Big AC YouTubers, me, Pat. We all thought that it'd be hitting this week because past precedent has said that the Animal Crossing update trailers would hit on like a Tuesday or a Thursday, and they would come usually about a week or so before the update was to hit. And we were told it was coming late January, Pave, Festival, and maybe more. Our hopes are high for what this update holds, but where the heck is it? It didn't come Tuesday, it didn't come Thursday, and now it didn't come Friday, and I'm starting to wonder if something is just off about this. And it began when I was looking at the last trailer, and I was trying to just figure out why hasn't it dropped. It's January 22nd. There's only 1 week left in the month, really, and everybody kind of hoped that it would hit by now. And yeah, there's a chance it could drop next week and all is well, but I saw something that has never happened before. I saw something that was only on the latest trailer. And if we focus in on the new free update screen featuring Pave, it says one important word that's never been spotted before: scheduled. Now, I don't think anyone noticed this at the time, and we saw late January just assume that this update would roll in like the rest of them, right? Come, and then a couple days later, all the update trailers hit, and then usually between 2 to 5 days later, the update actually descends upon the game, and we make the video covering the update. Oh, 1.5, 1.6, what's in store? Look over the patch notes, find out the new features, the new NPCs, check out the items. But this time, it said scheduled. Now, you might not think much of it, and I sure didn't at the time, but I went back and looked. Every other trailer ended with a card that said, available late November, coming early August. None of them ever said scheduled. Scheduled implies that that's their intent, but not a promise. It means that it's supposed to hit late January, but not totally sure if it will. What if this update is actually delayed? And what if it doesn't hit late January after all? Now, I have a lot of exhibits to go over for why this might be true, but that scheduled phrasing is the first one. And maybe the most important just because they've never used something like that in the past. KK's over here singing about how the updates come cyclically and on schedule, but they never said scheduled. The recent updates have hit on the trailers on a Tuesday, Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday. It seemed like we were due for a Thursday or Friday reveal, and they haven't really ever used Monday or Wednesday, and definitely not Saturday or Sunday. But what if they're just not going to get one anytime soon because it was pushed? Why else would they use the word scheduled? And we know that COVID is causing chaos across the gaming industry, and it has resurged in Japan. In fact, they've issued a state of emergency in Tokyo recently to help try and stamp out some of the infections and the increases. There's rumors that they're already planning on canceling the Olympics, even though front-facingly they say, no, they're going to happen. There's been a lot of talk that maybe they just won't. And we've seen Nintendo struggle with how to deal with work from home. Japan in particular has had difficulty in their companies. Like, how do we make it work when everybody's not in the office? And there was a rumor that Nintendo won't even have a new true Direct until everything returns to normal because they just can't get it together. And again, on their last presentation in December, it was a Nintendo Indie World, they still had, this is mid-December, they still had there. Please note, due to COVID-19, release dates and other information presented in this video are subject to change, giving them the leeway and honestly the flexibility to adjust as needed. Now, Mr. Cranston and Miss Phoebe, Mr. Marshall and Mr. KK, has the new update been adjusted? A lot of us felt that the recent updates weren't as glamorous as some of those back in the summer and spring. I've talked about it countless times on Nook Talk Live and on the channel that, hey, we used to get NPCs, we used to get gameplay features, and the last few have just been item sets and holidays that were kind of bare bones. They didn't really expand upon the holiday in New Leaf, and in some cases they were shrunken down versions with not much content and not a ton to do. They started locking holidays to make players come back on the specific day, and it just didn't seem like they had a whole lot to share. What if all of this has been because of COVID causing trouble and causing problems and causing difficulty in how the work from home team is able to get the update together? Remember that Animal Crossing New Horizons became the first in the franchise to hold the holidays behind the updates. They didn't just put them in the game at the start. So this team is working around the year to introduce new things to the game and update it as they go. So what if the past couple months have been just tough? What if the first few updates were already planned and already underway, and then COVID strikes and they have to work from home and things have just gotten slowed down? And what if this scheduled for late January update doesn't hit in late January after all? What if it's going to be a February update? And the last piece of evidence that I'll provide is that Pave's Festival is February 15th in 2021. We've said, it doesn't make sense that the update would be announced and hit in late January, and then nothing big happens till February, mid-February at that. And I've tried to justify it away by saying maybe Brewster's included in this update, maybe they have a ton of new gameplay mechanics, maybe they've got another NPC coming to the plaza, but maybe they don't. And maybe with Festival hitting mid-February and all the issues of the pandemic, maybe they're just going to wait until a few days before February 15th to deliver the update. Now, that update could still have a ton of awesome content. Do not fret too much. Brewster could still be there. Valentine's Day could get its own celebration. Doug Bowser did tell us that we were going to be getting consistent, reliable, and really cool updates in 2021, and maybe they're just taking a bit more time. Now, again, we could arrive next week, and maybe we'll all be talking about the Animal Crossing trailer, and maybe everything will go off as planned. But I was just so bummed that we didn't get a new trailer this week. Everybody's looking so forward to it. I know. I've been reading and seeing. I hear you. It felt weird that it didn't come. And I just wonder if that specific wording on the next free update screen was hinting all along that maybe they wouldn't quite hit it. It's very, very suspicious. And also, I think, notable that they've never used this verbiage before. It's always been coming or available. And now it's scheduled. So what do you guys think? Has this update been delayed behind the scenes? Or do you think it'll still hit as planned? Is Nintendo and Animal Crossing having, and it's understandable if they are they having some slowdown, some difficulties? I think all of us would say, hey, take your time, take care of yourselves, make sure the update is raring to go, make sure it's good and full, and maybe they really want to start 2021 off with a great update. Maybe they really want to make sure that we get something that is awesome and fun and fully featured, and maybe it just needs a little more time to make that happen. Or maybe it's perfectly fine and they just used weird words, but I'm super curious to hear what you guys think and how you interpret this. As I put together all the data and looked at all the screenshots, I was like, you know what? Maybe this really was all along planned to not have a specific release, and maybe this update all along was planned to be flexible and malleable and move through the calendar as needed. But let me know. Hit that like button if you're ready for it. I so am. Whenever it comes, I need it. And I think the game needs a fresh injection of fun. And I'll be there to cover it for all of you. So thanks again, everybody. Have a fantastic, wonderful weekend and rest of your day. Enjoy yourselves. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart out there. I love you a lot. I hope the update hits soon. But if it doesn't, I'll still save a spot. Until next time, thanks again, everybody. SwitchForce, out.